we're going to be making sure that any Canadian who wants a vaccine will be able to have one by September. And so what we've had now, the deal that we signed not only with Pfizer, but we've signed with 6 other companies. And so far, 2 of them have panned out and 2 more are waiting in the queue. That's AstraZeneca as well as Johnson & Johnson. Yes, EU countries are going to be facing the same situation that Canada's facing, but overall, the contract still remains in place.
But they're not. But, sir, just to be fair, like factually, they're not. They're getting more. We're 0 and they're getting some. The fundamental question is, why are they getting some and we're getting 0?
Once Health Canada approves Johnson & Johnson and AstraZeneca, we'll have more suppliers coming online.
Right. When are you doing that? Like, when are you approving those? If that's what you're banking on, like, that's new information to us. You guys are banking on AstraZeneca being approved and Johnson & Johnson?
Well, I think we've had every good reason to believe that when we've seen these companies, which are reputable companies, which come up with very good test results, and the Health Canada is doing an evaluation of the science and making sure that Canadians are getting a safe and effective supply. But this is what happened with Pfizer. It came in. We had the approval.
But this is new. Like, I mean, you guys haven't talked about this at all.
When? Mr. Fergus, I got to tell you, I've spoken to the procurement minister and the health minister. You're articulating a new position of the government.
Absolutely.
And maybe you can tell us that, because
this is completely different.
We had understood that the Pfizer vaccine and the Moderna vaccine would be the 2 that every Canadian can rely on, and that it would only be accelerated if you get Moderna and AstraZeneca. Now you're saying, AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson. Now you're actually saying the September deadline is contingent upon Health Canada green-lighting those other 2?
I'm sorry.
You are saying that, but now you're retracting.
And also, Evan,
but what I want to
also say one more
is that there's more than there are more than 2 suppliers. It's looking like 2 of the 7 contracts that we've signed have done well. We're
but no country has approved Johnson & Johnson yet, right? And also AstraZeneca is being produced in Germany. No, this is important, because if you're banking on AstraZeneca is being approved in Germany, and the EU has just said they're looking to ban exports of the vaccine production from the EU, and you guys didn't negotiate the contract so that we could produce it here in-house. So you're telling us on national TV for the first time that the government is banking on unproven vaccine candidates per Health Canada? That's really scary.
Evan, this is the improvised nature of the government. They're not being transparent, and at the same time, they seem to be improvising from day to day. And this information is stunning. That this is their plan B. When just a few minutes ago, the ministers were saying that their plan A would work. I'm quite shocked.
And this is the reason why Canada has signed contracts with several different players to give Canadians the greatest number of vaccines per capita in the world. This is a very good strategy that we've gone forward, making sure that all our eggs are in one basket.
Mr. Fergus, I got to be candid here. Your message has been not nearly on the same consistency as the government. You are saying that we're going to hit the target because we have these other ones, but they are not yet approved. And the government has said it was Pfizer and it was Moderna that will get us there. Now we are getting 0 Pfizer. And I'm just going to go back to the opposition. I'm just trying to make sure Canadians have a clear message here. I'm not trying to score partisan points here, because everyone wants a darn vaccine.
Mr. Julian, before you go on, let me just say this. If you're going to take my word or take the minister's word, I'd always take the minister's word. Clearly,
this is crazy. You're the spokesperson on TV.
I didn't understand it, and I'll take the blame for that.
You have a government appointment, and they put you out on this panel. We have to take your word for it. You're actually telling Canadians not to take your word for it, and you're the spokes on this panel?
People make mistakes. I might have made a mistake here, and I'm certainly admitting to that.
People are dying because of your mistake.
Mr. Fergus, I think you got to check with your party, because that was new information. It's a national television show, and this is the most absolutely urgent issue. When we're going to get a vaccine, why we don't have any.
This is not a partisan issue. Lives are at stake, and we are in a week where there are no vaccines available, and the government is now changing its message. And it is profoundly disturbing, I think, for all of us that expect that the government will actually put into place a plan that will ensure that the people that are most vulnerable to this pandemic are protected.
There needs to be some clarity on this from the federal government, why we went to zero. One thing the federal government could do, Mr. Fergus, you might want to, is actually give us the contracts and make those transparent, so at least we have the same basic information. Interesting stuff there, guys. You don't see that too often.